Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing video giving our thoughts. We'll be discussing which of the Walking Dead spin-off series do we think is going to be the best. Alright, so I thought this was a good topic to go ahead and do with you guys for a Walking Dead video for today, because I don't want to go too long without making at least one Walking Dead video with you guys. In this one, we'll be discussing which of the Walking Dead different spin-off series do we think is going to end up being the best. Now, I'll say right off the bat, I don't think any of the Walking Dead spin-off series that are coming up here with the Walking Dead TV series ending are likely going to run as long as Fear the Walking Dead actually has. So I do want to say that Fear the Walking Dead is actually very surprising in that it's had 7 full seasons with a lot of those 16-episode seasons, and they have confirmed it for an 8th season. So I don't really expect any of the original Walking Dead TV series spin-offs to last for 7 or 8 seasons. I don't think so. There's the Isle of the Dead, which is the Negan and Maggie spinoff. Then we have what was supposed to be the Daryl Carol spinoff, which is now just the Daryl spinoff, supposedly filming in Germany, I guess, or somewhere in Europe, which will be different. And I think Norman Reedus has already said that that one's going to be a lot different from the original Walking Dead TV series and what that was. Also, Angela Kang is not going to be showrunning that so far as we know. So expect for it to feel a lot different than the original series. I'm expecting it also to have a different episode count. I don't think that any of these spin-off series will have a 16-episode-a-year episode count. And then in addition to that, we have Tales of the Walking Dead, which actually is supposed to start like this summer. So Tales of the Walking Dead, going to be the anthology series, different characters for different episodes and such, not following one group all the way through. I think they have already confirmed that we're going to be seeing some stuff with the Whispers in that, with Tales of the Walking Dead and maybe the Becoming of Alpha or something like that, which we did get to see in the original TV series. They did like some episodes on her and Beta and how they got things started at the beginning there when the Whispers were getting started off. But it sounds like AMC's decided that they want to do like some more with that. So we're going to be seeing that in Tales of the Walking Dead. And we do have a good cast there, like Terry Crews and some of the others that are in that could be good. Some people thinking Clementine, that we'll see her. She was one of the lead characters, her and Lee, for the video game series. So going to be seeing that as well too. But I don't think that any of them will run as long as Fear the Walking Dead has, because a Daryl spinoff series by himself doesn't feel like, to me, it has enough runway to get to like a 7 or 8 year or something like that. I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm thinking like maybe a couple seasons, something like that. That's about it. The Negan and Maggie one might actually be kind of the sleeper here, where I think all of us thought that the Daryl Carol spinoff series would be the most closest to the original Walking Dead TV series. Like that would be the truest spin-off of these 3 different additional series they're doing. But now that Carol has backed out of it because it's being filmed in Europe or whatever, and Angela Kang has too, that one, instead of feeling like it's a true sequel to the original Walking Dead series, is starting to feel a bit more like, okay, it's a spin-off, but it's kind of a Daryl solo show. So it doesn't really feel like it's maybe the dominant a spin-off to follow off of The Walking Dead. I'm trying to think here, like which one would turn out to be the best, which one has the best prospects. I think Tales of the Walking Dead right away, you kind of have to say it'll probably be good and everything, but it doesn't have the right formula, I think, to beat the others, because it's going to be sectioned off likely, right? It's not going to be like Negan and Maggie all the way through every episode leading the show. So we'll have to see how Tales of the Walking Dead does and how people are enjoying it, because it seems like it's a little bit of an experiment for AMC, in that the original Walking Dead TV series was always following Rick, Daryl, and the gang, right? Everybody that we're used to. Fear the Walking Dead following the Clarks, and then Morgan coming in later. So you always had kind of those character lead focuses for both. Whereas with Tales of the Walking Dead, you don't have that. So you're going to have certain snapshot episodes or seasons or whatever they do. With Tales of the Walking Dead. So I think that Tales of the Walking Dead could be good. I don't expect it to be as good as the other two, which are more kind of like what I think a lot of us are kind of anticipating to still kind of want to see, which is like something closest to the original Walking Dead TV series, because the original Walking Dead TV series was so amazing for so many years. To see a spin-off, like Tales, a little bit too different, probably won't be as well received as one of the other two. So really it's probably going to come down to, for the spin-offs, either the Negan and Maggie spin-off or the Daryl series being the best. I think it would be difficult for Daryl by himself to kind of do that. We'll have to see which characters come with him in his spin-off series, since Carol's not going to be there. We'll have to see who else would be interested, because if it's filmed in Europe or Germany, that almost feels like a solo type of show where it's very like focused on Daryl only. And so you might not have that many old OG survivors from The Walking Dead in the Daryl spinoff. So that could be something that kind of makes it maybe not quite as good. So maybe for me, now that the news about Carol not being in the Daryl Carol one and Angela Kang not being in it too, because I mean, if she was in it, if she was doing it, show running it, you would kind of expect it to be the most similar of any of the spin-offs to the original series, since she's been doing it for the last several years, right? So as such, I'm kind of actually most anticipating, as odd as it sounds, I'm most anticipating the Isle of the Dead, the Negan and Maggie spin-off series. It's got a cool premise in that it's going to be in Manhattan or New York or whatever, somewhere in New York, which is awesome. We've never seen the zombie apocalypse, what it looks like there for Walking Dead. We've seen some awesome locations like Atlanta, but Atlanta is kind of a far cry from New York. I mean, Atlanta is like pretty big and stuff, right? But New York is like, that's just going to be totally different, and that's going to be totally cool. And then to add into that you have two unlikely allies with Negan and Maggie, it sets up for what could be a really interesting series. So out of the three, I am expecting and most anticipating, surprisingly to me in some ways, now that Carol has backed out of the Daryl Carol, and it's not going to be with Angela Kang, and it's going to be in Europe, which is going to just be weird. So it's got its, let's put it this way, it has its challenges set out for it, because it's in another continent. You probably don't have as many people willing to do it from the original series. We don't know if Daryl's is going to be like a Daryl solo adventure show, which can still work and stuff. But I would just say that the Negan and Maggie one sounds like it's probably got more prospects for something that could be really entertaining, something that could be really awesome. It would be difficult for Daryl and I know Daryl's over like Rover. People love Daryl, right? But to have a series just based on him, versus Negan and Maggie, where they may have some other characters like Lydia, or they may have some other Walking Dead, maybe Rosita, some of the others possibly. We'll see who survives at the end of the series and who could be in it. But so for me, actually, the Negan and Maggie spinoff is the one I'm most anticipating now, given all the news and information that's come out as of late. But like I said, that versus Fear of the Walking Dead, I'm just, I'm not thinking that the Negan and Maggie spinoff series will likely last that many years. To have, Fear of the Walking Dead have lasted 8 years, a lot of episodes per season, like the 16-episode run was really an incredible, amazing run. I am a little bit nervous about the finale coming up here, because I feel like we might be seeing close to the end for maybe for Fear of the Walking Dead. Like maybe Fear of the Walking Dead is kind of starting to kind of fizzle out, or starting to kind of get to its sunset point, where you kind of know, like in the next couple of years, it's probably going to be ending at some point here pretty soon, I think. But it's got some good set up for season 8 with Madison returning here. We'll see how the season 7 finale turns out. But depending on how many characters they kill off in the season 7 finale, or if they do kill anybody off, I mean, there's a lot of rumors, a lot of controversy about, who's going to be returning for season 8 and how many of the original OG Fear survivors are still going to be there. I think it's probably safe to say that Morgan will likely still be in Fear the Walking Dead after season 7, but we just don't know for Alicia, Daniel, Strand, the others. We'll have to see who they continue with after that and how many people are interested in seeing it with Madison returning, especially if you have like, Strand, Daniel, Alicia. If all of them, for example, are killed off at the end of season 7 or they're not in the series for season 8, which it looks like at least for some of them, that's probably going to be what's happening. Maybe all 3 of them, we'll see. But if they do that and they switch it to Madison and Morgan, it will remain to be seen if people will like it, if they'll be interested in it, if they'll want to watch it. I don't know, because that is another big shake up for Fear. Because if you look at like the way it worked in season 4 with kind of its soft reboot with Morgan coming in and kind of combining. And then we have Dwight and Sherry as well too. So it does have a lot of other characters, and it does have potential, I think, to still do fairly well with Madison coming back. But it is unfortunate if some of the OG survivors are not going to be in season 8. Then we'll have to see how many people are interested. I'm kind of watching the ratings somewhat closely for Fear, seeing like 700,000 views an episode, US 800,000, 600,000, stuff like that. It's a little tricky, right? You don't know if like AMC wants to put that much into it. How many more years they want to do, because they got these other series they're starting to do now. So it might be wrapping up season 8, season 9. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know if Fear will get 10 seasons. I kind of doubt it. But then there's also the Rick movie, which is all question marks now. We did hear a rumor that Andrew Lincoln might be going to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, getting a Marvel character. I don't know who he'll play. No idea if that's true or not. Maybe it's just totally made up and isn't the case. But if it is, happy for him, because I'd be excited to see him in the Marvel universe. However, would really like to see him play Rick at some point again. If it's a Rick spinoff series, that's fine. It is kind of unfortunate that the way The Walking Dead had to go was that they kind of had to, in order to continue it, they had to split it off into different series in order to keep the budgets kind of like where they probably would want to have them so that they could go ahead and continue with it. But the biggest, opportunity for AMC, definitely, I'd have to say, is they got to do something with Rick. Daryl spinoff series solo sounds good. A Negan and Maggie one, most anticipated for. Tales of the Walking Dead, okay. But why haven't we seen anything with Rick just yet? And so the rumors of it starting filming this spring turned out to be false. It has not started filming so far as we know. So that's another, year off the calendar and still not there yet. So, it's like people are really giving up on it, saying like it's not going to happen. But I'm okay for a spinoff series. They want to do a Rick spinoff series later in a couple years or something. I would be totally down with that. That could be awesome as well too. But they got to do something with Rick. And then in the future, what could we see happen with Daryl? Is he actually going to go to Europe? Is he, going to be in the U.S.? What's going to happen with that? We'll have to wait and see. Yeah. So that's kind of what I got for you guys for now for Walking Dead sort of updates, news, thoughts on these different spin-off series. I'll let you know the premiere date when we get it for Tales of the Walking Dead. We find out when that's going to be starting, when we can check it out. And reviews coming for Fear the Walking Dead's wrap-up of Season 7. Let me know what you guys think. Which Walking Dead series are you most excited for the spin-offs? And how do you feel about Fear the Walking Dead Season 8? Is that something you're going to be interested in watching? Should we review it? Let me know in the comments below. So for this one, see you guys again soon for another video. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace later, guys. See you soon.